In this video, everything you need to know when booking a holiday to Bahia Feliz in Gran Canaria. This includes the beaches, the restaurants, the nightlife, what there is to see and do, where to stay, the weather and much more. But also a few money saving tips as well as some warnings to make your holiday perfect. Let's start first with the beaches. The Playa de Bahía Feliz is the main beach here. It's mostly rocky with some pebbles as well, and the sand is a little bit on the grayish side, but it's great if you want to do some snorkeling because the water here is extremely clear, exactly because it's mostly pebbles and rocks. If you want the more typical golden sand beach, then right next to this is an artificial beach as well that offers you that, as well as some sunbeds on it where you can chill, relax and enjoy. Next to the beach here you will also find a small chiringuito, a small snack bar and restaurant where you can get some drinks and some snacks and some food. Also right next to the beach is a lot of water sports you can participate in, especially if you like to try things like windsurfing or kite surfing. This is very popular, as well as kayaking and all kinds of other water sports you can try from here. If the Playa de Bahía Feliz gets too busy, then a little bit further down you will also find some other beaches near the coast that you can enjoy, like the Playa del Águila, which is basically more or less the same kind of pebble stony beach, but it's much bigger, so there's often much more space there as well. Then a little bit further down is also another beach that not many people know of, is the Playa Besudo, or Playa del Pirata it's also called. This is a more like grayish, light brownish sand beach, which is also very popular, but as I said, not many tourists know about it. It's great for having a little of an excursion. It's only like 2 kilometers away, so you can easily walk there. Just take some navigation so it can guide you to the back streets. As I said, it's a bit out of sight. It's mostly popular with locals. There's not much else there but this beach. But what about the restaurants here? In the Bahia Feliz there are not so many restaurants. There's only about 5 or something here. However, the quality is good and they also have quite extensive menus, so there is a lot of variety in that way that you can choose out of many different things. But most of the people here either do an all-inclusive or a half board, so most of the people simply choose to eat in the hotels. That also means that the restaurants that are here really try their best to get people to come out of the hotels and try them. So one of the reasons I think you have so good quality here. Where should you stay here and what are the best hotels? The Bahia Feliz is not so big and does not have so many hotels, what also means that all of these hotels are centrally located to the beach, as well as the shopping center, the restaurants and all the other things that this resort has to offer. Monte Feliz by Playitas is a big hotel here that's mostly focused on people who like to do a lot of sports. So if you like to be active on holiday, this is a great holiday destination for you. Then all the Grupotel hotels here, especially the Grupotel Playa Feliz, has a more family holiday focus. How is the nightlife here? Bahia Feliz is mostly relaxing and quiet at night, ideal for early nights and families with young children. Most people here stay in their hotels in the evening just to enjoy the mini disco and the show there. Some eat at the restaurants in the local shopping center and might enjoy a few relaxed drinks also afterwards. If you do want to have some drinks and cocktails, there's a really nice place here called Franky's, with generally a relaxed setting for a nice evening out. If you really want to go clubbing or have a more late night or to go partying, then you will have to go to Playa del Águila, which is not too far away and easily doable with a quick taxi. Things to see and do. In Bahia Feliz you are very close to 2 of the most popular attractions on Gran Canaria. These are the Palmitos Park Animal Park and as well the Aqualand Maspalomas. The easy thing is that both of these can easily be reached by the public bus. Other than that, you can also do all kinds of water sports here. There's actually a karting and an airsoft area right next door to the Bahia Feliz as well. And then there's also the Sioux City Park, that is a Western themed action park that is also only 4 kilometers away. Airport transfers, the options, the prices and a bonus tip. Bahia Feliz is the holiday destination that is closest to the Gran Canaria airport, so also the quickest and the easiest to get to. You can either use the public transport, that will cost you €2.75 and is a good cheap option if you're not arriving late in the evening. A shuttle bus at €9.75 is a little bit pricier, but it's much easier. They also guarantee you a connection if your flight arrives late. You have a guaranteed seat on the bus and the bus will stop directly at the hotel, not at some random bus stop. Then there's also an option to take a taxi. This will normally cost you €40 if you just take it at the airport, but the prices do change a little bit depending if you're traveling on Sundays or late in the evening, or also how your taxi driver will drive you there. The prices will either be a little bit higher or about the €40 mark. If you're traveling in the high season or with a lot of luggage, or you have small babies with you that need child safety seats, it is definitely advised to book a taxi in advance. This one will cost you €67, or if you're a bigger family, more than 4 people, then a taxi will cost you €98. For many people, especially if you plan on taking a taxi, renting a car is actually a better option, because taking a taxi to and from the airport will cost you anywhere from €100 to €120, and renting a car for an entire week with full insurance, with everything included, costs about €150. So only for like 20 or 30 euros, you can actually also have a car to explore outside of Bahia Feliz, where there are lots of attractions nearby, which you would otherwise have to take a bus or take a taxi for. The shuttle, taxi and car rental companies I would advise, you can find on my website checkedholidays.com/guide, as well as a 10% discount code. You will also find there a lot of extra tips that will make your holiday to the Spanish islands even better. How is the weather and when is the best time to go? Bahia Feliz is a small holiday destination on the island. That means that in low season it can feel very quiet here. This means that if you come in March, April or May or November, it can feel very quiet here, especially outside of the school holidays, because during school holidays it will be busy here. When it comes to weather, you can find good weather here pretty much all year round. Just know that November and December will get a little bit more rain, and the months of January, February and March are generally the coldest, but still mild to warm. Just a few quick warnings. While Gran Canaria is a very nice and safe place to visit on all the islands, all over Spain, everywhere in the world where there are tourists, there will be people trying to take advantage of them. In the next part, I just quickly want to advise you for the most common scams that you will find in this area, so you can avoid them and have a perfect holiday on Gran Canaria without any problems or hassle. In this holiday destination, actually not so much, but if you go a little bit further towards Playa del Águila, you will find more and more of these flyers on the street that offer some kind of cheap excursion. But in general, I would disadvise going on these, because there's always some kind of a catch, either upselling or you need to eat at some expensive restaurant or something like this. Some taxis on the island might try to overcharge you. To avoid this, simply say at the beginning of the taxi ride, "Can I pay by card?" and at the ending ask for a receipt. Generally, then they will never try to pull these tricks on you. When booking a car online, just make sure that you do it with a good, reputable and reliable company. This because each time I arrive at the airport, I see people in arguments with their car hire company simply because there's upselling going on, they don't have the right insurance, there's all these kind of things that make the price go up, or they will hold a deposit on your credit card just in case something happens. All these kind of things, try to avoid them, go with a good and reputable company. If you want to know the company I use, as well as the one I would advise, you can find that on my website at checkedholidays.com/guide. So, who is this holiday destination best for? Bahia Feliz is a great place for those looking for a quiet place, especially for families with younger children or for adults who like to do sports. If you want lots of nightlife, bars and restaurants, then Bahia Feliz might not be ideal for your holiday. Also, for those looking for a large golden sand beach, you don't really have that here. To make sure your next holiday is perfect, have a look at this page on my website, checkedholidays.com/guides, where you can find all the companies I like to travel with, some discount codes, as well as some tips and tricks to make your holiday even better, or have a look at this video.